closed captioning of this show is brought to you by Echo Bearcat, rugged equipment, easy to use.
A whole lot of song going on here at the Clarkson Good Neighbor Days and the Lumberjack competition. In total, we had 50 competitors competing for about $8,000 in prize money. We're heading into the women's single buck where they're sawing through 16 inches of white pine. And Rod, you mentioned before the break that some of this equipment could cost a little bit of cash. The single bucks, they're not cheap.
Nah, this is one of the ones that you're going to have to outlay a little bit of cash if you want to be competitive. Jim Taylor on the West Coast, and of course the Canadians, J.P. Mercier, Don Lambert, Gaston Dupré, all selling their saws for right around $2,000.
And you have to wait a little bit of time to make them because they're not made in a couple of hours, that's for sure. And there's a long list of people that wanting to buy them. We got Colin Coors taking on Levon Michelacci right now. A couple of different styles here. Levon being a lefty, she's got a little bit of a bunk log to worry about as well.
Right, she's a southpaw, and you can see her standing close to the bunk log rather than being on the other side. Not sure why she chose that position. Both ladies, though, doing a pretty good job here, pulling a really straight saw, really smooth saw. We've got an awesome race.
I think Levon's putting a little bit more power to it, but Colin has got the pace. He's got a little bit faster pace. Going to be really close, and Colin Coors wins the first heat.
So tell me why so many competitors, men and women, often bog down a little bit at the end. They smooth all the way, but they have a little bit of struggle at the end.
Well, right at the end is when you're trying to drive that last bit of wood off. You know you only have a little bit to go. And if you can pull it off or push it in that little bit, in that last stroke, it's well worthwhile.
So the real strong
pressure.
Real strong field of women competitor here. A lot of good heats.
Oh yeah, real good.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was quite the photo finish between Coors and Michelacci in that first heat, with actually Colin Coors coming out in less than a second. 25.17 is now time to beat. This next heat, Julie Miller taking on Tracy Henning. And we're going to see a couple of different styles here right now. Julie Miller on the left-hand side. She's, generally speaking, really strong person.
That's right. And, of course, as I said before, New York State Lumberjack Association, all the competitors here really tight. We're going to see it here in the women's single buck.
Both competitors look like they're just reaching the halfway point at this point. Julie Miller picking up a little bit more of a pace, but Tracy Hennings is dropping a little bit faster.
Tracy Hennings got a really fast saw. Actually, Tracy Hennings' technique is pretty good. She's quite a good sawyer. But look at Julie Miller, man. She's just a powerful girl. And a photo finish.
Good pull there. I see you put a lot of emphasis on your pull cut, making sure you're cutting wood there.
Yeah, that's probably where the stronger, where you get the most, cutting the most wood is from your pull cut than the push. Been working on it a little bit, but it's still got a long ways to go. So.
Steady and strong all the way, a little bit of a glitch at the end?
Yeah, I had a couple hiccups, got a little anxious, I think, and dropped the nose of my saw and kind of hung up the saw a little bit, but it was an all right cut for me. Not my best, but hopefully it'll stick.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Mary Dooley, Waterport, New York, and I'm the aquatics director for Medina Central School in rural New York.
Hi, I'm Heather Cleve, and I'm from Strathroy, Ontario, Canada, and I am an arborist and work at Canada Post.
So often in the single buck, you see a real aggressive saw as the competitors, whether it male or female, have a hard time at the end with jamming a raker.
The key in single buck is to keep those rakers from catching up at the end, running it smoothly. As long as you can keep the saw moving back and forth smoothly, you're going to have a great cut.
Time to beat 23.24 set by Julie Miller. We got Heather Cleve taking on Mary Dooley. Now Heather, you're going to see, is going to be fast and furious, but her saw really not dropping that well.
Not as much at all as Mary Dooley's. Mary Dooley, an expert at the single buck, been around this event a long time. She may school her in this heat.
23.24 the time to beat to take first place. Mary Dooley putting the finishing touches on this. Will she have a glitch at the end?
Oh, no glitch at all. She's off in 20.8 seconds.
Going against Heather there, two completely different styles. I mean, she's fast, but her saw is just not dropping, and you're a little bit slower, but that saw was sinking.
Yeah, and I'm weigh a lot more than she does. So it makes it different. The sawing styles are different. I depend on my legs more. So when she tends to be stronger with her upper body. So, you know, it's just different leg styles is what it is. And this was just touched up, my saw was. I love the wood.
So a good aggressive saw is matched up to the wood pretty good?
If you can push it, yeah. That's what it's all about, you know.
Well, the key there, Mary Dooley showing us really good form, not getting any hiccups when she's sawing, catching a raker, and she takes first place in the single buck with a 20.89.